Facebook is like that annoying guy that's hard to get. You gotta play the game. What's up, socials? Happy Savvy Tuesday. Before we get started with today's video, I want to go through some housekeeping items. First of all, congratulations to Jessica Griffiths. Thank you for providing your favorite video that I've ever made on my 200th episode. You have won a copy of Jab, 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 Right Hook, which is the new book released today by Gary Vaynerchuk. So hopefully you'll drop me a quick email with your info so I can send it to you in the mail. Also, I did a video last week about the love of pen and paper, and many of you so sweetly would like to send me mail now that I've talked about how much I love it. So this is a quick note to let you guys know, if you are on my e-newsletter, there's a P.O. box that you should not use listed at the bottom of that email. That's an old P.O. box and I need to keep an address there because AWeber requires it. So I'm actually gonna have an address to share with you guys by next week. I promise. I was gonna get it taken care of today, but it turns out I needed more identification to get a box. So that's gonna take me a couple more days, but I promise I'll let you guys know. Please don't send me mail until I tell you to send me mail, because whatever address you find is wrong and you'll be wasting postage. Okay, now that that's all taken care of, you guys know how tough and kind of expensive it can be to grow organically a following on Facebook. That's why I like to call it the place where we rally the troops. People that know and love you will follow you there, subscribe to your stuff, but other people, it's harder to get them on the bandwagon because they like following people that they already know on Facebook. And then even when they like you, it's tough to get your content in front of them because Facebook has these different algorithms and reasons for things to be on the newsfeed when you first log in. They want you to be really happy when you first get there, and so they decide what goes there to make that happen based on your previous interactions. So this trick is not only a good way to get on people's radar if they're not following you already, but for people who've already liked your page and aren't seeing your stuff, it's a good way to make it more relevant, so Facebook will think, oh, this should definitely be at the top of the newsfeed. So you guys know that as a brand page, you cannot interact with personal profiles, but you do have the ability to interact with other brand pages. So you can go there, you can like, you can comment, you can interact with the content that's already there, but you can also post directly to their wall. So what's interesting about this is when your brand posts something on another brand's wall, Facebook sees this as an opportunity to increase chances of relevancy. So if somebody likes your page and the page that you posted on, it's more likely to show up higher in the newsfeed. I see this example time and time and time again. If you follow Perez Hilton, he's a celebrity blogger that has been infamous for a long time. He does this with all of his content. If he posts a new article about Lady Gaga, he doesn't just post it on his own page. He may or may not even do that. What he does first priority is post it on Lady Gaga's page. So now if I've liked Perez's page and Lady Gaga's page, it's gonna show up very high on the newsfeed for me because Facebook knows I like both of those entities, and the fact that they're interacting with each other is something I should know about. Instant trip to relevancy land, my friends. That's what that is. So what you should think about is other brand pages that your audience is probably interacting with, because if they've liked those pages in addition to yours, that's a possibility to create content that you can cross promote and will be more likely to appear on the newsfeed of Facebook. One really good example is that I made a video about social buttons as you're creating an email campaign in your email marketing platform, specifically MailChimp. They have these very prominent social buttons like, hey, as you're getting ready to send this to your subscribers, do you also want to tweet it? And I talked about why you probably shouldn't do that. But this is something that I could share on the MailChimp page and say, hey, MailChimp has these buttons. Here's a video where I talk about why you shouldn't use them. If anyone has liked my page, Savvy Sexy Social, and the MailChimp page, they're more likely to see that in their newsfeed and interact with it and possibly click on it and watch my video. Since I talk about email marketing amongst all my business related social media advice, that's a very good example of a page that my followers may have followed, which will increase the likelihood of getting a little bit more reach on that content. You gotta play the game. Think about some brand pages that your followers might be interacting with as well and hop over there and see what's going on, because it might spur some ideas for some content and a great way to cross promote yourself on Facebook. That's all for today's socials. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate it as always. A quick note, there will not be a Social Thursday episode this week because the United States is celebrating a God for 11 holiday called Thanksgiving, where we eat lots of food. Like, we don't eat lots of food on a regular basis. So, mad respect, just understand I will be eating a lot of turkey that day and I will not be tweeting or making videos. I might be tweeting. It just depends on how good the food is, right? You gotta see pictures of my food. There's gonna be so many tweets about food that day, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. Speaking of which, tweet with me, @Fantastic and @SavvySexySocial. Make sure you subscribe. I will be back tomorrow for Sexy Wednesday, so don't miss that. And I will see you next week as well. Thanks for everything, y'all.